Namaste, my name is Jyoti Thaya and welcome to Learning with JD. Welcome back, guys. So, let me give you a perspective of what we are going to cover in today's session. But before we do that, I request you to subscribe to my channel to always get a notification of all the videos that I keep on uploading, which is going to be helpful for clearing your examination. So, what are we waiting for? Let's start. So, we have specifically created this session to make your fundamentals clear. Two important aspects which is extremely important and which is a part of PMBOK guide is process groups and knowledge area. Your entire project management study depends upon these two categories. Everything will fall into process groups and knowledge areas. So let's start. So what are we going to cover today? We just spoke. We're going to talk about the process groups and the knowledge areas. And I'm going to also give you a quick tip to remember the sequence of the knowledge area. So to start with processes, project management processes have 5 project management process groups. Now let us see what are the 5 process groups. 1. Initiating. 2. Planning. 3. Executing. 4. Monitoring and controlling. And 5. Closing. What happens in an initiating process? What do you mean by the word initiating? It's about starting. It's whether you start a new project or you start a new phase. Initiating project is the first project process group which starts as your project starts. It can also be of a new phase of an existing project by obtaining authorization to start a project or a phase. The most important document that is created in initiating process group is the project charter. Project charter is a document that gives a job to the project manager. Now that is the document only after which the project manager will start working. What is the project manager going to start working on? Planning. Now that's the planning process group. That's the second group. After initiating, after the project manager has been assigned, the planning process begins. The process is required to establish the scope of the project. What is the project all about? It has to define the objectives, define the course of action that needs to be taken to attain the objectives that the project was undertaken to achieve. Why was the project started at the first phase itself? That everything will be a part of the planning process group. The entire planning process group is the responsibility of the project manager. The project manager is the one who will close in the scope. Of course, authorization from the sponsor has to happen. He will refine the objectives, define the course of action. The entire planning process group answers the question of how. It will only answer the question of how the work will be done, how the activities will be performed. Please remember, this can be a 1-mark question in your examination, that a project manager is defining the work. In which process group is he in? He is in the planning process group. There can even be a possibility that the project manager is redoing something. He's again a part of the planning process group. All right. The third part is the executing process group. The execution is the part when the work has actually begun. The processes performed to complete the work defined in the project management plan. Project management plan is an output of the planning process group. When the project manager plans the entire process, the project management plan is a document which is created, and that mentions the project requirements. Everything that needs to be done in the executing process group is written in the project management plan, and the project management plan is defined and created in the planning process group. Monitoring and controlling the process groups. Now, what do you mean by monitoring and what do you mean by controlling? Monitoring means observing something, looking at something. What do you mean by controlling? Controlling means taking charge of what you have monitored. Now, you can take a corrective measure or you can take a preventive measure. That is all a part of monitoring and controlling process group. Monitoring and controlling process group is required to track, review, and regulate the progress and performance of the project. You do not want to complete the project and then realize that the quality was not met, or it was not on track, or the cost has been more than what it was estimated. And hence, at every different milestone, what has been predefined, you will be monitoring and controlling your process. You will be monitoring and controlling your project. You will monitor, which means you will see what the output of the project is, and then you will control. You will take corrective and preventive actions. So that's all about monitoring and controlling process group. The last one is the closing process group. The process is performed to formally complete or close a project, phase, or a contract. Now, this can be anything. What do you think will be a part of the closing process group? Closing process group typically manages the recording of all the lessons learned by the project manager. It is a very key process group, and the project cannot be closed till the project manager does not perform the closing process group related activities. Got that? So, 5 process groups is what we are talking about: initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and closing. Alright, now coming to knowledge area. Now, what do you think knowledge areas are? Knowledge area is a set of processes associated with a particular topic in project management. Now, what can this topic be? This can be anything. Let's see what are the 10 knowledge areas that are used on most of the projects most of the time. Alright, so let's start with integration. Integration includes the processes and activities to identify. First, you need to identify, define, combine, unify, and coordinate the various processes and project management activities. Integration is a very key knowledge area in terms of getting everything together. The entire project will be segregated. Integration knowledge area gets the entire project together, and hence the word unify. Very important from your examination perspective. Next is the scope management. What do you mean by scope management? It includes the processes required to ensure that the project includes all the work required and only the work required to complete the project successfully. Can you read between those lines? A. Whatever work is to be done to meet that ultimate objective of the project is something that will be mentioned in the project scope management, and only the work that is required. So, as a project manager, your responsibility is also to ensure that the project creep, the scope creep, does not happen, which means that whatever has been approved and whatever is agreed upon is something that is a part of the scope. Next is schedule management. Includes the processes required to manage the timely completion of the project. Now, only defining the scope will not help you complete the project, right? It may complete the project, but timely completion of the project is equally important. The project cost management includes the processes involved in planning, estimating, budgeting, financing, funding, managing, and controlling cost so that the project can be completed within the approved budget. Same thing as we spoke about schedule as well. that only scope and schedule in individual will not help you complete the project in totality. Cost is one of the equally important aspects which you have to take into consideration. Next is quality. We spoke about quality in one of the previous sessions where we are saying that quality is something which is an utmost important thing because it is a very subjective knowledge area. In this case, a stakeholder may just come back and say that, I don't like the project, I don't like the product because the quality is not good. What do you mean by saying that the quality is not good? Is it not a lower grade or is it a lower quality? We've seen the difference between grade and quality in the previous video. It includes the process for incorporating the organization's quality policy regarding planning, managing and controlling project and product quality requirement. Now this is the first knowledge area where we are actually talking about the product quality requirement. It has to meet the stakeholders' expectation. Quality word is a very qualitative understanding, right? It doesn't have a very difficult to define it in terms of numbers. Project resource management. It includes the process to identify, acquire and manage the resources needed for the successful completion of the project. Please make sure that your resources are not only human resources, but these are also all your tangible and intangible resources. Your warehouses, infrastructure, machineries, services, policies, all these are a part of your resources here. Next is communication. What does a project manager do? A project manager is communicating most of the time. It includes the process required to ensure timely and appropriate planning, collection, creation, distribution, storage, retrieval, management, control, monitoring and ultimate disposal of project information. Is this too much information for you right now? Alright, so let me just give you a brief about this. Project communication is nothing but ensuring that everything related to the project is properly collected and created and therefore distributed to all the stakeholders as mentioned in the communication management plan. Whoever has to receive whatever information can be related to the cost, resources, completion, schedule, quality, risk, it has to be mentioned in the project communication management plan. If it is not a part of the communication plan, then it will not be sent to that stakeholder. Okay, yeah. Moving on to project risk management. Is risk bad? Maybe not. Risk is not only a threat, but risk is also an opportunity. As a project manager, you will have to ensure you understand what the risks are. It includes the processes of conducting risk management planning, identification, analysis, response planning, response implementation, and monitoring risk on the project. You as a project manager has to take full responsibility of understanding what the risk can come up with, which all risks can occur. And in case if you have planned for it, you also need to ensure that what will be your response as a project manager on for those risks, if those risks appears in your project. Project procurement management includes the processes necessary to purchase or acquire products, services or results needed from outside the project team. Whatever it is, whatever is required from outside the project team is a part of the procurement. Okay. And then it is the project stakeholder management. It includes the processes required to identify the people, group or organization that could impact or be impacted by the project. Stakeholder identification is a very key process because this happens during the initiation. Time of initiation itself, you need to identify who your stakeholders are. Identifying of the stakeholders of all the people who could impact your project or could be impacted by your project. When I mean who could be impacted by your project is who could be impacted by the output of the product which is going to come from your project. Yeah, that's your stakeholder. All right, so just a quick tip for you to remember all the knowledge areas. So, I just try to create it like a phrase so that it's easy for you and you can keep on repeating to remember all the knowledge areas that we are covering in this entire framework. So, I'm not reading out the knowledge area. Of course, you can right now see it. So, I saw sir and cousins quietly reading comic requesting privacy secretly. I, which stands for integration, saw scope, sir, and cousins quietly for quality reading comic requesting privacy secretly. Now that's a quick tip for you to remember all the knowledge areas. Let's revise. I saw sir and cousins quietly reading comic requesting privacy secretly. Alright, I saw sir and cousins quietly reading comic requesting privacy secretly. Now that's how you have to remember your knowledge areas. Integration, scope, schedule, cost, quality, resources, communication, risk, procurement, stakeholders. Alright. So guys, that is it from mine for today's session. I hope you like the video. If you like the video, please click on like, share and comment. In case if you have any queries, I will definitely come back to you. Also do subscribe to my channel to get a notification and never miss a video that I keep on uploading with regard to your certification examination. And you can also go back on my channel to view the previous videos that we had uploaded some time back. That was on the introduction of PMBOK, the environments in which the projects operate, what is the role of a project manager. So that's going to be helpful for you in preparing for your examination. In the next session, we are going to talk about some of the rules for handling the input, outputs and tools and techniques. So we've seen the process, groups and knowledge areas today. In the next session, we will talk about the rules for handling inputs and outputs and tools and techniques. And I think then we'll be ready for starting on the process groups. All right, so till then, keep studying and all the best.